Have you ever been stuck at a rating for months or even years on chess? Well, in this video I'm going to be covering 5 tips to increase your rating by up to 300 in just 1 month. The first tip, and what a lot of chess players suffer from, is tilt. Tilt typically occurs when you lose a game or you're just in generally a bad mood. It can happen when you lose a game and go straight into another one. The issue with this is that when you are tilted you are much more likely to play poorly and lose games in a stupid way. And if you keep clicking play again and again, it's possible to lose loads of rating really quickly. What I recommend to avoid this is whenever you feel a little annoyed, take a break. It's not worth feeling even more annoyed. My second tip is playing games with a minus 25 to infinity rating range. The reason I do this is because when you play a player with a much lower rating than you will lose 9 or 10 ELO compared to the typical 8. But you will also still have the ability to play people with higher ELO than you that might give you 9 or 10 ELO themselves. So what does this mean? It means that you are never going to play a chess game where you are losing more than 8 ELO, but you are also able to play games where you lose less and gain more than 8. For example, say you play 2 games, you win 1 and you lose 1. Normally this just means that you end on the same ELO as before. However, with this trick you also have the chance to potentially gain 2 ELO more than before. This is if on the game you lost 7 ELO, and if on the game you won, you gain 9 ELO. My third tip is to learn an opening. One trick that really improved my chess was learning the Ponziani. I chose this opening because it is quite rare in my rating, and therefore not a lot of players know the way to play against it, but also because it fits my playstyle. Sometimes people will learn a bunch of openings without much depth and just play whichever they choose. I don't recommend this. I'd recommend learning one opening with a lot of depth. This way you can gain an advantage on your opponent from the beginning. The fourth idea is simple. You've probably heard it before, but nevertheless it's important. Do your puzzles. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, it'll improve your chess by much more than you can imagine. The only issue with puzzles is that in actual games, it's unlikely you're going to find crazy puzzles because it's much easier to find them when you know that there is one. Nevertheless, if you just keep doing them, eventually you will be able to spot patterns a lot easier. As of making this video, my puzzle rating is 2300, about 900 higher than my rapid rating. My fifth and final tip is to analyze your games. If you own the chess.com membership, every game you play, see where you made mistakes and see where you made good moves. You can go through the game and try and refine the best move in them positions. Or say it was a rook and pawn endgame you messed up on, you can use the custom puzzles feature to improve in that specific area. Thanks for watching. I will leave a link in the description to some of my best games over the last month, and I will leave some games showing my level beforehand compared to now. A little note to add is that since I recorded this video 2 weeks ago, I've gained another 200 ELO, so that shows that these tips genuinely work.